Welcome back to another Triple Hound video, and thanks to GalaxyCon's ongoing virtual conventions and panel discussions, we're continuing in our series of interviews with some of the most famous people in gaming, and today we're talking to actress Patricia Summersett. Patricia Summersett is perhaps best known as the voice behind the character Princess Zelda from Nintendo's Legend of Zelda series of video games. But in addition to a prolific career in television, film, and stage, she's also acted in a number of the most popular video games and game series ever made, including Need for Speed Hot Pursuit, Far Cry Primal, the Rainbow Six universe, in Ghost Recon Breakpoint, and personal favorites of mine, the Assassin's Creed games, where she plays villainous Hope Jensen in Assassin's Creed Rogue, in modern-day Galina Voronina in Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Without further ado, let's hear more from Patricia Summersett.
Hi, Seth.
Hey, how are you?
I'm great. How are you doing? I love your
well.
link colors there. I just have to say, we've got green curtain, green, anyway.
Right. Well, it wasn't intentional, but I'll take it.
Well, are you sure?
I mean, yeah, no, I decorated the room this way, just for that very purpose.
I'm in green as well. I'm not in any. Yeah.
Perfect.
Thanks.
Hi. So my first question is, the first Legend of Zelda came out in 1986, and Zelda became a playable character in Hyrule Warriors in 2014. What do you think took so long for Zelda to become a playable character in the actual Legend of Zelda games?
That's a really good question. I've wondered that myself, to be honest. I mean, I have no real answer for that. I guess because of the ways, I wonder if the ways that Nintendo was innovating through what they decided to continue to do, like an open world landscape and stuff like that. I think to take too many chances and play with the narrative of that in any drastic way might change the sort of classic part that they were going for. It's a good question. I'm just really happy they made the adjustment, both for my own selfish purposes, but also it is nice that she has a voice in general as a female princess. So both of those things. No, it's a good mystery. It's a good question. I imagine it has something to do with like changing the format too much would make it something else when they were already taking chances on other technicalities. But what do you think it is?
I don't know. Probably. I think it's part of that. I think having to get past a little bit of the chauvinism of maybe what was largely gaming culture around male players for decades. Just getting past that, I think, made a big difference.
Yeah.
So I'm a big Assassin's Creed fan, and I read that you studied at the Moscow Art Theater. Did that inform your project of Galina Voronina in the last?
That is so interesting that you say that. Wow, nobody's ever asked me that question before. Yeah, I mean, the thing, like, studying in Moscow was an incredibly influential thing for me, just as an actor in general, but also, and I mean, I've had Russian coaches and stuff my whole life in one way or another, and I have Russian friends, but to go into the heart of theater making culture in Moscow was really influential, and to study a bit of Chekhov and Stanislavski. Galina Voronina she's just really badass. I'm still like, how did I get to do that role? That was so funny, and the performance capture for it and stuff. But in short, yes, absolutely. And in fact, I did Galina, I want to say maybe, what was it, like 2 years after 2 or 3 years after I got back from Russia. It was still pretty fresh on my plate of like one of the more recent training experiences that I had.
And it's interesting you say the motion capture for it.
Mm-hmm.
I also read that you were a competitive ice dancer.
Yes, which is where the first Russian coaches I had experiences with came from, in fact.
Did any of that sort of athleticism or did
Absolutely.
any of that help?
Yes, it totally did. Here, I'm going to add another 20 seconds really quickly on there. Yeah, totally. My figure skating background made a huge influence on what I do as an actor, both in theater and performance capture, and what I get cast as 100%. Yeah.
That's awesome. So maybe another assassin is in your future after Hope
I've done
Jensen.
2. I don't know how much luckier I could get. I mean, I'm doing Ash in Rainbow Six, and there's like a whole military element to that. So I'm pretty lucky there, but yeah.
Well, thank you so much for your time.
It's such a pleasure. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.